Thank you so much, Roshan, for joining us in the G Sport. Congratulations for the victory in the final of the Asia Cup. Can you hear me?
Hi Ali, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's a joy to join you and talk to you and to your viewers. And thank you very much for your congratulatory message. Yes, Sri Lanka, will obviously savor the moment. It's been 8 years since they last won an Asia Cup. So it's a very big moment for reasons being Sri Lanka beat some really good teams in Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and even Afghanistan. So it is a wonderful feeling and a great victory for Sri Lanka.
All right, yeah. My first question is, after the first match versus Afghanistan, no one was considering and thinking that Sri Lanka will bounce back and win the title. What different did they do in the next game?
Well, after the first match, Sri Lanka lost badly. As we know, it was a game where Sri Lanka was caught unawares on a greenish-looking pitch, because Sri Lanka doesn't play T20 cricket. At least I don't think most teams play T20 cricket on pitches like that. It was absolutely green, and if you did see, the ball was moving around, really almost hooping around, and that was the challenge the batsman faced. Subcontinental batsmen will always struggle when the ball moves around, and had Sri Lanka won the toss, I'm sure even the Afghanistan batsmen would have struggled. But that can never be an excuse. The batsmen needed to put their hands up and be counted. They didn't, and they were quite humiliated. And I thought that was a good start for Sri Lanka, because they got a rude wake-up call, and from there on, the intent and determination is what really got them to where they are at the moment.
All right, how much do you think, how much it is difficult to lift the team after losing an opponent like Afghanistan and win the trophy?
Well, as far as lifting a team after losing to an opponent like Afghanistan, I think Afghanistan is a very good side. Let's not forget that. They are an excellent side. They are one of the best in T20 cricket, and looking at the players they have, these players are the ones who play in many leagues around the world, so they got to be taken seriously. And I think Afghanistan is one of the top T20 teams in the world. But not just losing to Afghanistan, losing to any team. It is the respective team players and everyone else involved need to stand up. They need to kind of motivate themselves, and they need to understand that there is an intent that they need to show, and they need to fight back, and that's why they are considered an international team. I mean, they are considered a top team in the world. So it's about how you motivate yourself, how you apply yourself, and how you rise to the occasion. I think Sri Lanka did brilliantly.
Okay, after the losing of the first match, Sri Lanka looked up entirely a different team. What was the secret of success in your eyes?
Now, the reason for Sri Lanka looking different after the first match are the ones that I told you in that previous question you asked me, because they had to do it themselves. They couldn't have expected anyone else to help them. So it was a do or die. They knew a lot was at stake as the host and as a leading team in Asia and as a team that had delivered. Now, let's not forget, against Australia, they lost a very close T20 series and won a 50-over series 3-1, 3-2. Australia won the T20 series 2-1. The second game could have gone either way. Sri Lanka winning the final game. So it's about making sure that you show the intent, you show the desire to win. And when a team gets motivated and when a team is determined to achieve one objective, all right, I think this is the final result.
All right. How much this victory was necessary for the development of the game in Sri Lanka and for the preparation of the T20 World Cup?
As far as development of cricket in Sri Lanka, I think cricket is developed in the country, but you need continuous support, fine-tuning, and the game needs to evolve and the game needs to move forward with the world. Now that part, yes, I agree. Sri Lanka will start looking at new things. We'll start to understand how you play T20 games, modern T20 game. Because as we know, T20 is a game that is also evolving. It is, if you look back, the methods, the strategies, the style of players currently to the ones that played when the T20 game started is completely contrasting. So that is an area that Sri Lanka will want to basically look at, and also as far as the preparation for the next T20 World Cup, it will be wonderful because the next T20 World Cup happens in October, but let's not forget that it will happen on bouncier pitches that are different, but this will be the Asia Cup will serve as a really good preparation for Sri Lanka going forward, and they will also have that confidence level knowing that they can beat good teams, which is so important before you play in a big tournament.
Right. Actually, we have seen that the toss was very vital in this Asia Cup, and at one stage, Sri Lanka was 58 for 5. So, what was running in your mind on that particular moment?
Well, as far as the toss, there was this, I call it a myth. I don't think on a good pitch that a toss can determine a victory. It is how you play. Now, Sri Lanka and India, they both proved that winning the toss or not winning the toss or batting first is not really going to hamper a result. India beat Afghanistan by a massive margin, and Sri Lanka put into bat 58 for 5, as you said, recovered to 170 and won. So, well, the toss, it matters. It depends on the type of surface. But then on good surfaces, it's how you play. But the important thing is winning little moments. What Sri Lanka did extremely well was winning those moments. I thought Pakistan missed a few tricks, and that eventually ended in Sri Lanka's favor.
All right, you are saying that Pakistan have missed a lot of strategy and lot of tricks. So what do you think that what mistakes Pakistan did make and causing them a loss?
Well, as far as the mistakes Pakistan did, obviously it was seen by everybody that fielding was bad. It wasn't sharp. The catchers should have been taken. Bhanuka Rajapaksa, you can't give a player like Bhanuka reprieves and expect to win. So that was a big miss. I also felt that the Pakistan captain Babar Azam's captaincy was a little bit questionable. The way the bowlers changed. Sri Lanka were 5 for 50. 58, and at that stage I expected the faster bowlers to come in and blast Sri Lanka out, but instead what happened was the spinners came on, and Bhanuka and Vanidu Hasaranga, they loved playing spin. That just allowed them to play themselves in, play those shots, and when the faster bowlers came in, they were ready. So I felt that was a little trick that Babar Azam missed. Other than that, the main reason I thought was fielding, because fielding definitely wins matches.
Hello. Roshan, you have a great fan following in Pakistan. You have a huge respect here in Pakistan. So any message for your fan and for the Pakistan cricket team?
To the Pakistan fans, I think you can be proud of your team. Your team played very well. Your team beat India, which is a wonderful side, the top team in the world. They beat Afghanistan in a close game. They ran Sri Lanka close. And as a team, Pakistan possessed some outstanding talent. The fast bowling unit, the spinners, and of course the batting. Unfortunately, Babar Azam was out of form, but that can happen to the best of players. But overall, I think this Pakistan side is a very, very good side, and they have the capacity and the capability to really hit it big and even winning the World Cup in Australia.
Thank you so much, Roshan Abeysinghe, for taking the time out from your busy schedule for the Pakistani wear and for the G Sports. We are very thankful.